our work is based on public health science. The understanding of public health science 33 years ago was rooted in the war on drugs. You know, it, without overcomplicating, said that there are common risk factors and common protective factors that either increase the risk or, you know, protect and prevent a whole range of, we'll call them problem outcomes, right? And we know so much more now than we did then. Like, no one was talking about racism and transphobia when this science emerged, right? And there wasn't the collective critical analysis in our field about overlaying, you know, what is called the social determinants of health and looking at disparity data, which is just fancy white people comfort language for saying, you know, the outcomes for Black and brown people are different and they are not as good. And it's because of the way white supremacy culture norms exist in our institutions and in people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's evolved, right? And we're really focused on, to use really academic speak, right? We're focused on upstream, like the why. Like, we ask why. Like, why? Why is this happening, right? Why? I mean, I don't know the answer, right? It's the communities that know the answer.
Yeah.
Why our students, why are kids feeling unsafe, right? What interventions are we doing that are contributing to that, right? What are schools doing that is contributing to what is Together doing, right? And I think this idea of comfort, right? I'm just going to tie a line here, is people were uncomfortable, including Megan and I, when we started to talk about, like, no, our work was rooted in drug-free communities, which is rooted in the war on drugs, which is, you know, if you've watched any, you know, documentary about that time, right, it's rooted in racism and ideas and intentional structural changes in laws and programming to criminalize Black and brown youth. And that's where we started, right? And so although those weren't explicit values, right, said out loud at Together, we do have to own, like, we've learned so much, right? We focused a lot on individual behaviors. Changing individual behaviors was really a focus, and a little bit of shaming, right? Like, most of your peers aren't using drugs. So if you and your family are, you're not a good person, right? I mean, there was a lot of those vibes. And, you know, I mean, you and I think both knew that wasn't right? That's not the vibes that communities need to thrive, right? We need to pull people in. We need to look at the containers. We need to look at what our society is valuing and saying to youth about who they are, about who their community is. And we need to change that. Right? That's what we need to change. Right? We don't need to change people. Right? And so that is the speech. And it's a far way, right? Like, we still get calls. Can you come in and talk about drugs? Right? In the classroom? Like, no, we don't have anybody who does that anymore, right? We're not doing that.